New Democratic ticket Harris and Walz hold first rally. At a Tuesday night gathering in Philadelphia, the party's new vice presidential contender called their November Republican opponents strange as hell. Just hours after being named Ms. Harris's choice, the Minnesota governor addressed thousands of supporters. Tim Walz introduced himself as Kamala Harris's running mate during a boisterous Democratic Party event, citing his rural background and saying Donald Trump will drag the U.S. backwards. At a Tuesday night gathering in Philadelphia, the party's new vice presidential contender called their November Republican opponents strange as hell. Just hours after being named Ms. Harris's choice, the Minnesota governor addressed thousands of supporters. Meanwhile, the Trump team called Mr. Walz a dangerously liberal extreme. Rural and working-class people who voted for Donald Trump in key Midwestern states may return to the 60-year-old. At the rally in Pennsylvania, U.S. Vice President Ms. Harris said she and Mr. Walz were the underdogs in a close election but had momentum. She called her running mate a warrior for the middle class, a patriot. Before contrasting Trump, Mr. Walz detailed his Nebraska upbringing and career as a National Guardsman and teacher. The former Army sergeant and football coach remarked, "He doesn't know the first thing about service, because he's too busy serving himself." The audience chanted "Lock him up" as he criticized the previous president's criminal record, earning some of the night's loudest cheers. He also garnered cheers by referencing a viral attack line that drew the Harris campaign's attention as she chose a running mate. "These guys are strange and, absolutely, just odd as heck," Walz remarked of their GOP opponents. The governor said he can't wait to debate Republican vice presidential contender J.D. Vance, that is, if he's ready to get off the sofa and show up. They generally defended individual freedoms, including abortion rights and gun safety. As he criticized Republicans on abortion access, Mr. Walz demonstrated his plain-spoken, folksy manner, which Democrats admire. "Mind your damn business," he yelled, earning an ovation from Temple University's 10,000+ attendees. Ms. Harris and Mr. Walz began a 5-day tour of battleground states. They will also speak during the 19 to 22 August Democratic National Convention in Chicago. As Minnesota's two-term governor, Mr. Walz has led one of the most productive legislative sessions in history, executing a broad progressive agenda. Democrats have passed gun control, abortion rights, and paid family leave laws while controlling the state legislature. Republicans have criticized Mr. Walz for Minnesota's mask mandate, a business and school shutdown during the COVID-19 outbreak, and his delay in deploying the National Guard to quell violence after George Floyd's murder in 2020. Trump's running mate, Mr. Vance, attacked the incoming Democratic White House ticket in Philadelphia earlier Tuesday. The Ohio senator told reporters that Ms. Harris's choice of Mr. Walz demonstrates, when given the opportunity, she will bend the knee to the most radical parts of her party. The Trump campaign stated, "Just like Kamala Harris, Tim Walz is a dangerously liberal fanatic, and the Harris-Walz California dream is every American's nightmare." President Joe Biden, who endorsed Ms. Harris and abandoned his candidacy last month, said the Democratic ticket will be the best protectors of our personal freedoms and our democracy. The gathering also featured Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro, another running mate candidate. Left-wing critics criticized his backing for Israel and handling of college protests provoked by the Gaza conflict. Some Trump advisors are relieved Ms. Harris did not choose Mr. Shapiro because he could help deliver Pennsylvania. U.S. Congressman Walz represented a Republican district for 12 years before becoming governor. He was the only Democrat to win the primarily rural district in 30 years in 2006. Mr. Walz is from Nebraska and the son of a school administrator and a stay-at-home mother. Growing up farming and hunting, he joined the Army National Guard at 17 and served for 24 years. Young Mr. Walz taught secondary school students for a year in China, a place he has visited about 30 times. He knows Mandarin. He taught historical studies, geography, and American football in Minnesota when his wife, fellow teacher Gwen Whipple, convinced him to move there.